I feel like we just are constantly dealing with bloating and fatigue and all these things that are related to our gut health. And I do know, like, when I've gone on vacation, I can feel a difference. I was taking the prebiotic and probiotic. That was really helpful just with those other areas with like vaginal health. I felt like a big difference.
Share just part of your story, and what were some of the biggest health struggles that really prompted you to seek solutions?
Sure. I've always been really into my overall health, wellness, fitness. Like, I call myself a self-proclaimed self-care queen. Like, I love just doing all the things to benefit my mind and body. And growing up, I had my own struggles. Like, I feel like I've struggled up until maybe the last 10 years or so with disordered eating, just body image issues, really negative diet culture. I feel like that was a majority of my life. And it's really sad when you look back at that. I wish I could go back and hug my younger self and just tell her that you're okay, like things are okay, like not to focus on all these things because they're so minuscule, but they really consume you. And as a woman, there's just so much out there, so much comparison. And that was hard. And I was always like, I'm healthy, I'm fit, whatever, but I was doing so many of the wrong things, especially in my 20s. Like, at that point in time, it was focused on doing just like 4 hours of cardio in the gym, which is insane. But my girlfriends and I would do that. Then we would go out and go to clubs and drink and not prioritize sleep. Our eating habits were all over the place, but we thought we were healthy because we were like doing some healthy things, but then we are doing all these other things that totally counteracted it. And you look back at that and we didn't lift weights. That was like a no. You avoided strength training because you didn't want to bulk up. And all the information we were given was so incorrect. And it really, it was hard because my body went through a lot, and the weight fluctuations, I was like really thin at some points, then I would gain some weight and then go back to that, and it takes a toll on your body. And it wasn't until I was after I had my son that I saw a lot of that change. Like, my body completely changed, obviously, with pregnancy. And I was used to being thin naturally. And it was like my body held on to all this weight. And I was like, what is happening here? And that's when I really started doing more research on my own about my own body and what nutrients it needed and how I could heal it in a more natural, safe, and effective way. And how to, like, just prioritize what mine needed, because everybody is different, right? We all need different things. And one thing might work for one other woman and not work for me. And I was trying all these things and I put so much stress on myself that all it did was just nothing. Like, my body was not seeing results. And then it was once I finally worked on that mental aspect that my body started changing. It let go of that weight. I was healthier mentally and physically. And it was just putting all that pressure on it just did nothing. And so that's when kind of the start of my whole personal wellness journey, like, where I was really having to change things and look into myself and realize all those negative things that I had done for so many years. And that was my late 20s, right? Like, when I had my son. So it's been about almost a decade of really pursuing things and trying different things to work with my own body.
Yeah.
So it's been a journey.
Yeah. No, thanks for sharing. What were, maybe it's hard to think about or go back to, but what were some of the symptoms or main things that were starting to happen that you noticed? I know you said mentally too, that
Yeah.
were like, I don't know, slapped you in the face or woke you up to, I need to do something different.
Like, after my pregnancy.
Yeah. Or yeah, or
Yeah.
anything along the way.
Yeah. Obviously, like, my unhealthy eating habits was like a big one. And I was in denial for a really long time. And I would lie to people, honestly, like family, when they question it, like, you're just like, you don't want to admit those things. So really, I went to therapy, and that was incredibly helpful for some mental aspect. And that helped me physically too, and helped me begin that healing journey. But after I had my son, I did battle some postpartum, like many women do, and that was really hard. I couldn't find the motivation to do a lot of things I loved, and that was about a good year of challenging work and trying to figure things out. And then you have a new baby and you're not sleeping. You're trying to fuel to feed the baby, and everything's changed. Your body's changed. Like, it can be rough. And I needed support. And so I'm the type of person who wants to do everything on my own. Like, I can do it. I don't need help. I had to ask for help, and acknowledging that makes such a world of difference. And that will help anybody mentally and physically if you need that, because doing things on your own, we all know you just burn out real fast. And I think once I started making these mind shift changes, that also made these positive changes both mentally and physically. But that was tough for me. I still don't like to ask for help, and I have to remind myself. But
Yeah.
yeah, the body changes really impacted me, like, mentally too, after having the baby, and seeing your body shift and change again and be different than it's ever been. And that's hard. That's a hard thing for a lot of women.
Yeah. No, for sure. Thanks for
And your
sharing that.
hormones. Yeah, your hormones are all over the place.
Yes, that
Yeah.
alone. You're like, I know this isn't me, but this is
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing that. And I know we say this a lot of different things on women's health, but yeah, I feel like people don't talk about that enough. Or if you see someone like going through it, it's hard
Mhm.
to know what to say or how to help them.
Mhm.
I've had that in my own life with family members
Sure.
and friends of if you haven't gone through it, like personally, you don't know what to say and what to do. But I think it's important what you said, like to talk about it and to
Mhm.
support. And you know, we talk about physical health all the time too, but how important you touched on it, like mental health is.
Mhm.
It's okay to talk to other people or see
Mhm.
a therapist, and thankfully that's not as taboo anymore to do that. But
Yes.
I'm even learning my own journey that how important you can take. We love supplements, we love Happy Bee
Mhm.
companies, but if you're not taking care of your mental health, like
Yes.
it's huge and a huge.
Yeah, it'll reflect on your physical state. Like, it really is like you have to work on your body from within, your mind and body first, in order to see those changes on the outside.
Yeah, that's good. Thank
Mhm.
you for
Yeah,
bringing that up.
sure.
Yeah, we think we can do all this stuff, but we definitely need to take care of
Yes, it's
our
not sustainable for sure.
self-care. We're all about that too.
Mhm.
So, how
Yes.
did you hear about Happy V? Would love to hear your story.
So I just came across Happy V on Instagram. I don't even remember where. And I was like, wow, this looks great. And I love to research. So I was looking over the website and everything. And I was like, I have to try this. I also, what we don't talk about a lot in culture still, it's more prevalent now, but vaginal health for women, people are ashamed to talk about that. And it is so important because our vaginal health changes like throughout our years, and that's a big thing with pregnancies too, is I saw a lot of changes in that realm. And even, I know might be TMI, but I never been a sweater pre-pregnancy, and it was like body odor was just like permeating. I'm like, what is that? Like, it changes, like your scent changes, everything changes. And when I was pregnant, Instagram was like really new. It was like 2012. It was brand new. People were just posting random things. Like, there weren't all these influencers. There wasn't anything. People weren't talking about stuff. So I felt really isolated. And I was the first one out of all my close friends to have a child. So there wasn't the information out there is now, and where you can find things. There was no TikTok. Like, you couldn't find people dealing with the same thing. So it's incredible now that all this is available if you're looking for it. But it was just, I saw the products. I'm like, this is important to me. I'm very into my hormone and gut health. And so I was like, I should try this out. And I tried out, yeah, two of the products. And yeah, they've been great. I've been using them I think I got them in June, and I
Okay.
just finished one of them.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
yes.
What products are you taking from Happy V?
So I just finished the prebiotic and probiotics.
Okay.
Loved those. And then I have the liquid chlorophyll, which I actually have in my smoothie right here, right now. Yeah.
That's good. What's in your
Yes.
smoothie? What's your recipe?
So this is like a super healthy, gut-friendly smoothie. This one has my Happy V liquid chlorophyll. There's some spinach in here. This one has pineapple, and I have some sea moss in here. I have lion's mane as well. And what else did I put in this? Coconut water and half a frozen banana. And then I have some bee pollen on top too. So it's
Oh,
delicious. It's refreshing. Yeah. But
summertime.
it's a great way to just add in some supplements in there too. You can't taste
Yeah.
them if people are concerned, but It's delicious.
Yeah. No, I love to hear that because I love to hear people's recipes with liquid chlorophyll because some people love the
Yes.
taste. And
Yeah, like I don't mind it even just
um,
directly in my mouth. Like it doesn't taste bad at all. It's just a
yeah,
little earthy, but if you're
we,
used to it, it's fine.
yeah.
Yeah, but I love to just throw things in here. That way, like I have everything I need in there. Oh, and there's colostrum in here too,
Yeah.
and protein. Like
Oh,
forgetting about, there's so many things in here. It's just delicious and
that's
nutritious.
awesome. I love
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Has your experience been like so far taking the products?
The liquid chlorophyll is great. I feel like the detoxification benefits are amazing. That to me is important. And obviously, it's helping to support my gut health and improving digestion, which is always critical as a woman. I feel like we just are constantly dealing with bloating and fatigue and all these things that are related to our gut health. And I do know, like, when I've gone on vacation, didn't have it, I can feel a difference. Same with when I was taking the prebiotic and probiotic too. And that was really helpful just with those other areas with like vaginal health. I felt like a big difference. It's amazing because if you have anything going on, like it affects you. You feel like uncomfortable, like maybe less confident. And knowing that you're giving your body like what it needs in those areas is it's so good. And when you can feel the results, see the results, that's nice. And I think the combination between the two, taking them regularly, has been really good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hmm.
Both of that. With the pre and probiotic, the changes that you maybe saw or that you knew like it was working or
Yeah.
that this was great for you to use.
I think I don't know if it was just from that or a mix of the two, but the bloating has definitely gone down. And then I was dealing with just like dryness and itchiness, and that has gone away. And I haven't changed anything else. I haven't changed any like body care products. I'm thinking that is from that because that's the only thing I've added in. Because that's, yeah, you just never know. It could be lotions, it could be all kinds of things, but I'm pretty good about not using anything in that region that could affect our
Yeah,
vaginal health because everything does. And there's so many terrible products out there that really mess with our our health down there.
especially the ones with fragrance and
Yes.
maybe
Yeah. You think that's what you'd want, but it's no. Definitely not.
will make things worse. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Like breaking the stigma that we're supposed to smell like a flower or
Right?
fruity
No.
or whatever.
When I see them, it's like ocean breeze, and you're like, I don't know. Like, just like a weird sense too. You're like, I don't know. That doesn't seem right.
Yeah, yeah. Like I don't think I'm supposed to smell like that.
No.
So I know you kind of shared with me that health is really important to you
Yeah.
and you're taking steps to make that more part of your life and what you
Yeah.
do career-wise. So I'd love to hear what are some maybe ingredients in the products that you love or like what stood out to you during your research.
I'm always looking for quality products, right? The ingredients when companies are transparent about what's in their products, because there are many companies that do not share all those things. And so that was a big draw for me to try these products from this brand. And I just, to me, also just, yeah, seeing how things are made, where they're made, who's making them, and I'm always looking to support smaller businesses too, or women owned or family owned. So that is another thing I'm always looking at because there's so many huge companies out there. And I know a lot of times it's these smaller companies that are truly making the quality products that you will want to look for. They're not just trying to make a profit too. So that's a big thing for me when I'm shopping for anything health and wellness related.
Yeah. And so obviously all those things you saw and Happy
Yeah.
Bee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if you're spending money and things like I'm trying to make this shift where I'm really cognizant about what I'm putting in my body, right? And there's so many things you can find out there. Like you can order on Amazon, but I have no idea where it's coming from or who's touching it or what it's been exposed to. And I know it's easier, more cost effective, it seems, but really it's your health and you're putting this in your body and you're digesting it. Sometimes it's worth spending more or doing more research.
Yeah. How do you incorporate Happy Bee into your daily routine? So maybe walk us through how
Oh
you,
yeah.
yes.
Typically, since I've just been using the two products, usually liquid chlorophyll is in my smoothie, my morning smoothie. It's like my post-workout smoothie usually. And then I would just take the daily probiotic in the morning after I've had like a small breakfast. Just take it with any of the other supplements I'm taking too.
Yeah. And you just have a routine that helps you stay
Yeah.
consistent. Yeah.
Yeah. It's especially since I work from home primarily, it's really easy to stay on this routine. It's the days where I do have to travel or go into the office that I have to pack up everything. But I'm like, I make it a priority to really get organized and bring all your supplements because it's your body does get used to them. And when it doesn't have them, or if you go on vacation, you can feel that difference
Mhm.
and you're uncomfortable, or just like your body's waiting for that. Wait, I'm missing something you've been giving me here. Like,
Give it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it's pretty much the same routine every morning. And I always have a post-workout smoothie where I try to throw in the liquid chlorophyll, and it's just everything's lined up in the kitchen there. So it's easy to see. I can't forget. Like, you just have to set yourself up for success.
No, that's good. Yeah. If you don't see it, I think there's something.
Yeah.
If you don't see it.
Yes.
Yeah. How
Mm-hmm.
Happy V, kind of getting more on a personal level,
Sure.
positively impacted you personally, and maybe anything with your confidence, with some of the things that you were dealing with before that
Yeah.
Happy V has helped with?
It's helped with my gut health and that bloating. And gosh, I feel like I had gone to the doctor, and so I did share with you, I'm on this health and wellness journey, and I'm working towards getting my integrative health and wellness coaching certificate just to expand my own knowledge. No idea what I want to do with it or if I will, but it's just really to learn more for me at the age I'm at too, and help me with a lot of the issues that I've been dealing with. And the big thing has been gut and hormone health. And my bloating has been like out of control, I think, this year. It's been uncomfortable and it makes you super self conscious. Like, I have realized there's things I needed to cut out of my diet that I didn't know. They're healthy, but they do affect my body. And it's just it's crazy. Things change like from year to year. Your body is changing, and things that were okay for me a couple years ago are like ones I have to be more aware of now, or like eat very carefully. But when you're bloated and uncomfortable, it's just like you just feel like everybody can tell, and you're miserable, and it's like the cramping sometimes can be so bad, and you just feel like you look like you're like are pregnant and you're not. And it could be right after a meal. It's like instant bloating. And that is the worst feeling. And then if you're out and about or at work or something and you're dealing with that, you're in pain, you're uncomfortable, it definitely makes me like cranky. So with being married and stuff too, it's like I don't want my husband to come near me, or like you just don't feel sexy or confident. And then when I was dealing with the dryness and itching, like in the vaginal area, like you definitely don't want to be intimate with your partner. Like you're just super self-conscious. And I
Mhm.
think these are so many things that women deal with every day and just don't know what to do. And there are so many factors you have to look into, but finding these products that do help are such a game changer. But there are more. You do have to make other small changes too to really see the benefits. Like there's no magic pill, right? And if there is, there's probably not good for you. But there are things that will very much help you with these issues. And when you make these changes along with them, they'll be super beneficial. And it's nice to feel confident. And we were heading into summertime, and I was like, I don't want to be bloated and like on vacation and feeling super uncomfortable.
You're
And when I'd gone to the doctor, I was like, there's things that are off. I just don't feel right. I'm tired. I'm like fatigued all the time. I shouldn't be. I like prioritize my sleep. I eat well. I exercise. And they did like the blood panel, and they're like, everything looks good. And you're like, no, like that's part of the problem with like Western medicine. I'm like, it's not. So then you feel like you have to do your own work and research. So, you know what? I'm just going to have to figure out because I know there's something wrong. It's your
yeah.
body. I know. And it's just frustrating. Then they charged me like $300 after insurance coverage. I'm like, for what? Like,
I have to do my own research. Yeah. I love that part.
yeah.
Follow your gut
Yes.
thing. We always tell customers when they come to us or people in our community to keep advocating for your health. And
Yes. So important.
Yeah, if something doesn't feel right or in your gut, you're like, this isn't right, to switch to
Mm-hmm.
a doctor or research
Yes.
other ways, but to don't settle when you know
Yeah.
something is going on.
Yeah, 'cause I'm like, it's not normal to feel this way or to be constantly bloated. And you're just like, I need to figure out what's happening here. And yeah, it takes time and effort and yeah, research and trial and error with things, but
Mhm.
it's definitely worth it. It's much
Yeah,
better than just being miserable and uncomfortable.
yeah.
So
Well,
yeah.
like with bloating and just the dryness, however Happy Bee has
Hmm.
helped, and those,
Yes.
especially being in the summer too.
Yeah, you're definitely wearing less clothing, you're wanting to go swimming, you're doing all these things, and you want to feel confident and comfortable. That's all. It does make a world of difference when you're feeling that way.
Yeah,
You're
that's
happier. Like everybody can tell you're feeling better, right?
literally happy bees.
Yes, yeah.
That's great. What would some other things that you do to incorporate just healthy overall living that you've seen make a difference in your life?
It's just having that time for yourself. Like I get up extra early, so I have that time to start my morning slowly and morning sun is huge for me. When I don't get that in the morning, it does make a difference. So I like to go outside every morning when I wake up. I get my whatever tea I'm having or lemon ginger water. I go outside, I ice roll my face and just stand out there and let the morning sun hit me and just spend time there, quiet time away from my phone. I love ice rolling. That's a huge thing for me. It's so calming, relaxing. It's good for your lymphatic facial drainage. And then I stand outside barefoot because I'm a big advocate for grounding. It really does make a difference in your energy levels too. But it's just finding those things that do make you feel good, especially at the start of your day, are so important. It just
Yeah.
sets up your day for success, and I just have a plethora of all these things I do daily,
Or
weekly.
specifically for gut or vaginal health that you've noticed as well?
Obviously, taking these quality supplements and avoiding fragrance products, even like you're just avoiding getting body wash near that area too, because sometimes we forget. Like you just don't realize you're just scrubbing your body.
Yeah.
And just really for me, it's eating whole foods. Like my nutrition is huge when it comes to taking care of my gut health and vaginal health too, because it's bacteria in these areas. You need to feed it with good stuff too. Just I think really hydrating your body properly too helps in both those areas. Because I know when I've talked to my OB about some of this when I was experiencing it, they just wanted to give me creams and stuff. And I'm like, I'm not putting that down there. And so just trying to do the more holistic, natural way. And I think really having that balance of the healthy food and stuff in your gut. Like when your gut's healthy, your vaginal health is going to be healthier too. Like they are correlated 100%. So for me, I've really eliminated a lot of processed foods and I can tell a huge difference with my whole area. And it's hard. It's really hard to do that. And you have to make these sacrifices at times, but your body will thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing that from what
Yeah.
you and maybe help other people too. But
Yeah.
I've loved our time together. But I have
Yes.
one last question for you.
Okay.
If you were to go back and talk to your younger self or talk to someone else who's maybe going through some of the things that you went through, what would you
Hmm.
like to say?
Gosh, I would. It's so hard to think about that because my poor younger self struggled so much. But I would just want to say it'll all be okay. Just don't listen to the noise. You'll get through it. Don't follow the trends. Do what feels good for you. What nourishes you, your mind, body, soul. That was the hardest part. It was just I was constantly trying to do what I thought I needed to do. And part of that was also I think it affects your body so much. My body has gone through so many negative things and also just really just follow, yeah, like your own journey, right? Do the things that make you feel good. Like I went and did gone a whole corporate career that wasn't something that has benefited me mentally or anything. It was more like, this is what I was told I needed to do. And I think that was also part of the problem. It affects you too. You're not doing the things that bring you that fulfillment you need. And that'll take a toll on your body, your gut, your mind, like everything. So it's as a parent too, all we can advocate for our child is please do find your passions. It will resonate across the board, your mind, your body. It'll be everything will feel happier. I think you're not going to be searching for things the way I did and making those poor choices that affect you so negatively and having like support. Like I would love to support anybody who felt the way I felt growing up because I was alone. I didn't have a supportive family that I could talk to or trust with things I was feeling. And I think a lot of people do have that too, and you just feel alone, but you're really not, especially nowadays. I think you can find a lot more companionship and friendship and help. But yeah, it took a toll on my body and I think it's still recovering. And I wish I had found products like this or knew the lifestyle changes I should have been making to really benefit my entire body back then. Guess it's never too late. Like I feel better than ever and finally at peace with like my body and thankful for what my body does for me every day instead of picking at it and just looking at it in such a negative way.